confused, overwhelmed, stressed. Delve into the truth as we take on this world with eyes wide open. Join Vicki, Elle, Nikki, and Teresa, 4 women, 4 decades, here to discuss issues that affect you. Expect laughter, but we promise to be real and share God's truth as we let the video roll.
Hello everyone, it is Wewo with Eyes Wide Open, and today we have some young guests with us who are passionate about service at such a young age, stepping out, had a dream, and they didn't let age get in the way. And today we want to bring their story closer to you so that you can see that anybody can step out and follow that dream, follow that passion to make it happen. And so I'm sorry, this is Lizzie, and this is Alice. I never remember to introduce names, but hey. So
and who are you?
Oh, I'm Teresa. Should we go? Let's start over. We like to let it roll. So I'm Teresa.
And I'm Elle.
And I'm Vicki.
And I'm Nikki.
Okay, so I'm very curious. I don't know the whole story like Linnell back here, but what I would like to know is, when did the dream start? And you guys can kind of communicate with who wants to start first, but.
And what was the dream?
Yeah.
What was the dream?
So we went on a trip together to St. Louis, and we watched our first episode of Cupcake Wars together.
How old were you then?
9.
Oh, I can't hardly remember 9.
Yeah.
9 and 12. Wow.
Okay.
And then we decided to start making cupcakes just for fun.
Okay.
And I was a recipient. I got some of Alice's cupcakes, yeah.
And I think we just baked so much that our parents had an abundance of baked goods in the house, and they wanted some place for them to go. And so we decided to have a cupcake stand from there.
Yeah.
And where did you do the cupcake stand?
In my driveway.
Okay, so it's for whoever, probably for profit.
Yes.
We did
5 cents.
The first one we did like 10% to an animal shelter, but that was like $10.
Right,
so.
right. Hey, everyone starts somewhere, right?
That's right.
A lot of people don't get paid for their work at all, so when we're in this line of business. Okay, so very good.
Was this after you paid your parents back for the
Ingredients.
Ingredients?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the first time though they might have.
Did they pay for it?
I think they might have paid for the ingredients.
So those are the good times.
So you did your cupcake stand, you sold your cupcakes, and then you kept some of the profit and put it back in, and the other percent you would give to an organization.
Mm-hmm. For the first year.
For the first year. Okay, then what happened after that?
After that, I think I saw something in a magazine. Was that it?
Or it might have been at Panera, like one of the ads on the
So
wall.
yeah, I think it was. And so it was a girl who had cancer, and now she was like doing cupcake stands to raise money for cancer. And so it was like a nationwide thing. And so we did that the same summer, and that's what we gave all of our money to it.
Oh, that's
Okay,
wonderful.
so
Wow.
now this was like 2010. What year? 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what?
I think we just like kept going up from there. I mean, Cupcakes for Cancer was our first year that we gave all of our profits to a nonprofit, and I think from Cupcakes for Cancer we started doing more local organizations to keep the money in the community, and we became more interactive, I'd say, with the organizations after Cupcakes for Cancer, and so we'd give them the money that we made, and then we'd also help volunteer there, I think.
Oh, that's good.
And so what are some of the organizations that you did?
We've done the 180 Zone. We've done Make-A-Wish, Iowa,
QC
Pause, and World Relief.
Yeah, we got right here, World Relief sign right here. So can you, like, how much was the most you made, and then do you know how much you've made overall to give away to organizations?
I actually have a binder over there that I have all the
Oh, you
stats
did?
in.
Do you want to look, or do you want to guess? Like,
I know it's around 6,000 we've made all in all.
6,000?
Yes.
Wow. Very good.
Wow,
That's
that's
a lot of
great.
cupcakes.
And so you two, do you have a team now, or do you just two of you?
It's just the two of
Yeah.
us. We've actually become more independent, I feel, over the years, because before it was kind of a team of us and our moms.
Yes.
But now we...
Like we go out and we get the ingredients ourselves, we pay for the ingredients ourselves.
Wow.
And, I mean, we use their kitchens.
Yes. Okay, so I have another question for you girls. So how old are you right now?
15.
18. 18.
Okay. So, are you feeling spurred to make cupcakes the rest of your life? Or are you feeling spurred to, like, you have a taste of it and now there's something else itching in you? Or will it just grow and will you wait and see how God will multiply this? Like, where are you at with that? He's clearly grown it already.
Yes.
So, what do you think?
I mean, I know we wanted to have our own little bakery when we got older, but I'm not
do?
sure if that's still there or not.
feel
But I know
like-
that the giving spirit is definitely still there.
Okay.
Oh, Alice was going to say something though. What were you going to say?
Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah,
I was just saying the bakery when we were younger, that was like all we wanted. And I feel like as we've gone through the cupcake stands, like our love of cupcakes has like not like gone down,
But
but
diminished,
like become less
yeah.
intense.
Right.
But we've started to love giving more.
It's more
No,
the
that's
service
awesome.
than
Like at the
awesome.
beginning, it was baking with a little bit of giving, but now it's
Right.
giving with a little bit of baking.
Yeah.
So tell me, as you
Yes.
get ready for one of your events or your sales, how do you let the community know what you're doing? What's your process for attracting buyers? Customers?
We have a strategy.
Okay.
We have pre-order forms that we send out to all of our neighbors
Oh,
before,
wonderful.
and then we promote through social media.
And to her dad's business, we bring them.
Yeah.
They always order a lot. We just drop off flyers.
Well, we
there.
need to give a shout out to your dad's business. What's your dad do?
He works at a software company. Yes.
So how often do you do this?
Once a year, every
Once
summer.
a year, every summer.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me the name of it again. Or is there no official name?
I mean,
Oh.
House of
House of
Cupcakes.
Cup-
That's
House of
a
Cupcakes.
soft name.
I love it. It's a soft name. I like that.
We made a sign the first year.
I wish we would have
and
made
this
something
is-
more creative.
I love the
Like,
House of
I'm
Cupcakes.
sick
So,
with it.
I
know,
think
that's-
it's kind of
it's-
religious based.
Yes,
I
and
like
you-
it.
I have two questions. The first one is a question that every woman wants to know. How do you stay so skinny
While making all those
cupcakes?
treats.
I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first question. But
They're young.
I know, but anyway, so
It's about
I just had to
profit.
ask that, right? But the other question is, you're 18, you're 15. Are you a senior getting ready to graduate?
Mhm.
And then will you be going off to college? Will you be staying in the area?
I'll be going off to college.
Where are you going to go? Do you know yet?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you worried or concerned about how that's going to, cause some separation and maybe send you in
It's
different
change.
directions? A change?
Yeah, what's going to happen to Alice?
I'm so depressing.
It's so
I feel like the fate of the cupcake stand, maybe. I feel,
I mean, I'm coming back.
yeah.
Oh, for
You
summer,
can't get
right,
rid of
you're doing
me.
it.
That's so cute. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't discussed it at
Right.
times.
We
Yeah.
kind of put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's time to get some negotiating going on here.
right.
No, we're so delighted. I want you guys to know that we are hoping to do a nice event and highlight some women.
Mhm.
And you guys are women.
Yeah.
I mean, you are like working for the Lord, giving, and I think it's really impressive that you're so young, but you're growing into it. And I love to hear you say it was maybe about the money in the beginning, and now it's just about the service. I mean, honestly, you're so young to know this, and it's so beautiful.
But I think,
Yeah.
it's so wonderful because they stepped out and
Yeah.
whatever
Right.
it was that they knew, and so you stepped out and then the Lord changed your heart as you
Yeah.
began to step out, because that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't stepped out. And
Yeah.
that's what I think. I know, I'm sorry, I'm behind you. I think that's what's something to let every woman know, and even young
Right.
girls to know, just step out.
Yeah.
Because that's what you did with your dream, right? You really didn't have a clue what was going to happen. Did you think
Yeah.
anyone was going to buy your cupcakes the first time?
Their mother and dad, right?
Our parents really did not believe in us. They were like, we're gonna
We
make
had high
30
beliefs.
cupcakes, and they're like, guys, like you're not gonna sell that many.
Yeah, we make like 300 and
The
we
first,
sell out.
yeah.
And now you sell out 300?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a suggestion, something for you to consider, especially for your dad's office. Maybe after you sell the cupcakes, you should host like a 5K or something. They can
Run
have
off.
their cupcakes. and run off.
You might want money.
A wellness program.
Well, listen up, kids.
But one of the things I was thinking about, I think two things is, as the church, as Christians and adults, we need to be careful that we don't negate what young people are doing. They are the church also.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a time where all of a sudden you are and then you become.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that scripture, don't let anyone tell you
Right.
that you're
That's
too young.
right.
And that you're never too young or you're never too old. And God calls us until we're in that grave and going home. God calls us to step out, whether it be something small or whether it be something large. And I think, well, you're both a great example of that.
Yeah, and then a little shout out, because a lot of our audience is not 16 and 18-year-olds, although we'd love it, or 17, whatever you guys are.
Yeah, 15,
But
15, 18.
so the moms and the dads out there supporting. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, even though they say they really didn't believe in us, I mean, think about how many times your teenagers are like, "Oh, let's do this for the weekend night because we're bored," whatever. But they bought all their ingredients when they really wanted to do it. I mean, that's raise up our kids and inspire them, and say we believe in them, even when sometimes we're like, "Oh, really?" But yeah, I mean, it's such
And
a
you also,
blessing.
besides giving money to World Relief is where you gave it this last time, right? Didn't you also set up an apartment?
Yeah, we
Is that-
did. We did.
Oh.
We had to do all the shopping, and so get everything they would need. We had to get all the furniture and silverware, and because they have nothing coming here, and then
So you set up an apartment for who?
it's an incoming family of refugees. I believe they came from Malaysia.
Okay,
We got to meet them at the airport.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Yep.
So yeah, it was
That's
So
really
was
really
that out
cool.
of your cupcake proceeds that you bought those things, or outside of
Yes.
that? Okay.
So that's what
Yeah.
the proceeds went towards, was
Okay.
buying the stuff for their
Set up an entire apartment for how many? How many people were in the family?
There were 3 that came at the time that we met them at the airport, but then there was 1 more that came before, so it's 4 in all.
So I have a question, and this is just making me think of how I work when I'm trying to do things for other people. Like, sometimes different parts of my job really hit my soul. Like, do you find that, like, when you've done support for different organizations, there's a particular one that just really, like, touched you, and why? Because you're all different. Maybe you each have your own thing.
I love the 180 zone, which
I would say that as well.
we got to work there, volunteer there for a little while. And so it was Saturday mornings. They would make like a lunch for kids in the West End where they don't like always get food like outside of the school week. And so we got to like hang out with the kids, and
They were all so sweet.
So you both like the kids.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I just want to give a
out.
shout out to Rusty Borov and
Yeah.
the 180 Zone, because
Yeah.
he's an amazing man that also wrote a book for
Yeah.
Carrie.
Yes.
And that's who that's
Yes.
Rusty Borov. You guys know that
Yes,
name? So
yes.
he started
And,
the
you,
180
and what
Zone.
is it
Yeah.
in Moline, Illinois?
Davenport.
Davenport,
Davenport.
Iowa. Davenport.
Okay, so we've got World Relief, 180 Zone, the Animal Shelter. What else?
Make a wish.
Cancer
Make a
and Make a
Wish.
Wish. All
Wow.
great ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that, I'm sorry, you
No.
were going to say something. I just wanted to, because I know, we just wanted to, be honorable of the time, and because these girls are off to other things.
Yeah.
They like gave us like some moments of their busy lives
Right.
to be able to share with you. But what would you want to tell someone that your age, that what would you want to tell them? Is
That's
that what you're going to
Teresa.
say?
That's perfect.
No,
No,
go ahead
thank
and
you.
ask it.
No,
No, ask it, because you'll ask
Let's
it better
done.
than me.
No, you did fine. No, just imagine 8 to 14-year-olds looking at you, and you're coaching them. What would you tell them at this point, looking back?
I mean, it's okay to not have a plan.
Yeah,
That you can just
start.
kind of start and go
That's a
from
good
there and see where it takes you.
It's really good advice. That's good advice for grown
anybody.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I just
follow
go.
that
Yeah. Good advice. Do you have
Yeah.
something a little different or no?
I don't know. It's just kind of the same, like just like getting started. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to like be making like a ton of money or like making a big impact like at the very beginning. Because
Yeah.
like we just grew when we didn't think we were going to. Like
Yeah.
this wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, high five.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So-
should we end? Like,
Yeah.
they probably don't know it.
They don't know
We'll
yet
do
how
it.
we end, but we'll do it. So,
Okay.
Absolutely.
what's our verse?
From the Message Bible, 4:2, Colossians 4:2.
Pray diligently, stay alert, with your eyes wide open in gratitude. Okay, this
Now
is what we do.
gotta-
You
gotta do
stand
this,
up.
gotta do this. Yeah.
You stand up together and look in that camera. We go down like
They
this.
usually go down.
Step into the truth and light with eyes wide open.